Could you imagine, you're going to Escuela and all of a sudden one of these hippopotamuses just pulls up on you? And it could be more than one. I mean, these guys, they're territorial. You don't want to mess with a hippo, especially one of those fentanyl-laced cocaine hippos. Ladies and gentlemen, you may already be familiar with the cocaine bear, especially with the recent movie being released and the marketing push surrounding that movie. However, what you may not realize is that the cocaine bear is actually just a small portion of the cocaine animal cinematic universe. And one of the founding members, in fact, is from our South American friends down in Colombia. Of course, I'm talking about Pablo Escobar's Cocaine Hippos. Pablo Escobar really kicked off the cinematic universe with a bang back in the 1980s by acquiring these bad Larrys, and stated here, the hippos escaped from the drug cartel leader Pablo Escobar's estate after he died in 1993. Left alone, the male and 3 females that Escobar had illegally imported from a U.S. zoo established themselves in Colombia's Magdalena River and some small lakes nearby, part of the country's main watershed. And then this bad Larrier, he really got busy with his harem of 3 females, and nowadays, estimates in 2021 say that there is about 150 hippos descended from the initial batch of 4. Man, he really got busy. And past that, there must have been some real Game of Thrones situations going on, because only 1 male, and yeah, you can do the math there. These days, the cocaine hippo problem has absolutely snowballed, out of control, absolutely ridiculous. The levels that this is stressing the people, the ecosystem, and the country. And the real issue nowadays is obviously twofold. You have the explosion in the population stemming from the initial 4, and that 1 male hippo who is really just spreading his seed. He just went full Genghis Khan out in the Columbia Magdalena River. And on top of that, on top of the population explosion, this baby boom of cocaine hippos, you just don't have the cartel. You don't have the same sort of quality cocaine hippos that you used to have back in the day. It's a problem going on. I mean, I'm sure you're aware of the situation that's going on north of the border with the fentanyl crisis, and this is the last thing that you need is, and unfortunately, it's a reality of the situation going on down in Colombia, is these aren't pure cocaine hippos anymore. A lot of them, they're cutting them with fentanyl. They're fentanyl-laced cocaine hippos, and there's been some talk about, perhaps sending some of this population of cocaine hippos to India, to Mexico, to some zoos there, and then some of them back to Africa. But there's problem with disease. They have all sorts of disease. And once again, you don't want to be introducing this fentanyl crisis, these fentanyl-laced cocaine hippos back into those environments and spreading this disaster across country borders. Just a recipe for disaster, and could easily spread even further than those 3 countries I listed. There's really not a great solution for this. They've been, back. It says here that back in the 2000s, when Colombian authorities first recognized the speed at which this hippo population was growing, they acted to reduce their numbers. But in 2009, when photos appeared online after soldiers gunning down Pepe, Escobar's fugitive male hippo, the outcry from animal rights activists and others plunged the Environment Ministry into an institutional paralysis. Some of these course of actions that they've considered is some sterilization or castration, eradication, but there's really not a perfect solution, because you have these animal rights groups getting up in arms, but about killing the hippos. And obviously, you don't want to. Hippos are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but they don't belong in Colombia. They're invasive species, and they're spreading like wildfire. And this problem isn't getting any better. As you can see here, they got some danger hippo signs, presence of hippos. I mean, that's the last thing. Could you imagine, you're going to Escuela and all of a sudden one of these hippopotamuses just pulls up on you, and it could be more than one. I mean, these guys, they're territorial. You don't want to mess with a hippo, especially one of those fentanyl-laced cocaine hippos. My heart goes out to Colombia. I really don't see a particularly great solution to this in any regards. I mean, you either have to wipe out all these hippos, or you have to chance it with spreading this problem to other countries. But some action needs to be taken, and if you keep on letting this problem fester like it kind of has been for the past 30 years, it's just going to get worse. I mean, we're at 150 plus hippos now, 150 plus cocaine hippos, and if you don't make a decision, if you don't take some course of action, that population's going to explode. I mean, you saw what just one male hippo could do with 3. Now we got 150, and this is the baby boom. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to make you aware of the cocaine hippo situation going on down in Colombia. And thanks for tuning on in. We'll catch you next time. Adios, amigos.